today we are starting our third season, so it's season 3, round 1, and we're at Melbourne, Australia. So with the new league, the new season, we have made some changes. So it is realistic car performances. So recently we've had our drivers from last season scaled up from fastest to slowest, and we've put them in teams where we believe that would make the grid fairer. After with pre-season friendlies, pre-season practice, we've seen the grid reduce from being 10 seconds apart to like 2-3 seconds. So it's fantastic to see. We have got, like, I'm going to run through the teams from. So we've got Mercedes with which is Nismo and Heavy. Red Bull, Correct, Savant and Liam. Racing Point, we've got Carter and Bagos. Ferrari, we have Magnus, Warbanger, Nicolai, and Benjamin Cardiff. We have the Maverick and Cairo in the McLaren. At Renault, we've got Zion Knight and Barsaman. In AlphaTauri, we've got Apex and the league owner Rayner. We have Haas. At Haas, we have Rockatoni and that guy Draper. In the Alfa Romeo, we have LH44, which is our reigning champion. He won last season by a long shot. And Reagan McKinnon, who's also a very quick driver. And in the Williams, we have Thomas and FIFA Beefy, which are two fantastically fast drivers. So what we're going to do here, guys, is that we're just going to basically check in to see what's going on our chat as we're waiting for the qualifying to start, and then I'll run through the track and let you know some details. So if you've got any comments, guys, just let us know. Just tell us what you think. I'll get and then I'll try and respond as much as I can. Bear with me one moment while I just check our feeds. So you can hear the trams there ready as everybody is readying up to go into qualifying. So it is full qualifying, so it's the three Q1, Q2, Q3. So we've got Benjamin Cardiff saying oi oi. Got Patrick with good afternoon, guys. Just start the down queue. Right, if I'm right, Patrick is Apex, but like, I will be honest, I am still getting to grips with it, because obviously the names that they have on our feed here are different from the names we have on the track. So we will be waiting for the qualifying to go off, and then I'll talk through the track. Say what where I believe the right line would be, little facts, give you the corner names, which a lot of people don't realise that the majority of the corners do have names. So this circuit, 16 corners, they have 14 names, and I'm going to follow suit and name 2 of the corners that are missing names. But if anybody's got any suggestions what the name should be, let us know. Oh, sorry, Patrick is Sizen, aka Grandad. Yeah, rumour is he's Magnus's granddad. Maybe he can teach Magnus how to win a race. We don't know. So we have just started Q1. As we can see, we're looking down the pits at the moment, and we're waiting for the first car to leave. So it's like little moments here that it's like everybody's just choosing the right tyre to start on. Thinking about their setups, because it is custom setups, because the cars have got a very vast difference between the from Mercedes all the way down to Williams, and we have got a car that's out. I'm going to shimmy through. Oh, and it is Carter. Carter's our first guy out. So I'm going to ride on board of him and throw the track back, because like this is perfect opportunity. We're on his outlap. So that the first corner is Jones, and is Brabham, which is second. Now we're going to the first DRS zone along this minor straight, which I believe is called Albright. Now this is called Sports Centre for some reason, because I think it's because the stadium's right there. Then it's on to Helios and then Whitefoot at turn 5. Come up to turn 6, which doesn't have a name, so I am going to call that Hunt. Got Marina, which is turn 7, and then Lauda, which is turn 8 here. Going on to the first of the chicanes. 9 is Clark, and 10, the sweeping corner in the left-hander, is called Fittipaldi. Now they're going down this road here, which is called Lakeside Drive. The whole course itself is open to the public. So round 10, 11, which is way 10, 12, which I believe should be called Rind. Now onto Hill, which is a straight here with a DRS. Going round the corner here, which is a Scari. And then we're coming up to Stewart, which is turn 14. Turn 15, which is called Senna. And then there's a tight left-hander of Senna into a nice tight right-hander of Prost. It's quite nice to have Senna and Prost right next to each other, because they were big rivals. So that is the layout of the circuit. Let's have a look. The Hakkinen Straight. Are you talking about the Lakeside Drive, called Hakkinen Straight? I completely understand why they should be called the Hakkinen Straight. Hakkinen was a fantastic driver, and we have got him out on a fast lap. I'm going to drop it in so you can have a nice full view of the beauty of the first car out, the 84 Pink Panther, or he has invalidated, so I am going to hop out and jump on someone who hasn't invalidated. So we've got Draper, who's on. We've got Kevin Jacobs, who's saying, how's it going, guys? Well, it's going great on my front here. So let's have a look at the time lap data. Let's get that up there, because we do like to see the lap data. That's where the Hakkinen crashed while leading the race. Thanks for that little bit of knowledge. I will be honest, I haven't delved into the crashes. I know a lot about the layout. I know about the track, how to handle the track, how to do the perfect line. Obviously, when I'm racing, I've not got the pace, because I'm just off the pace. But the facts of the crashes, it's fantastic to find out. I'm rooting for LH44. Is that because you know he's a winner? He's a proven winner. He is a proven winner, and I can't fault him on that. So we do have the Haas coming around. Stewart now. Nicely done, coming into Senna. Benjo Carter shot, let's do this. Around Prost, and let's see what the time. Oh, Craig Savant's put a time of 1:25.0, and let's see what that guy Draper 1:23.8. A fantastic time. Try for all. Alright, let's have a look. Who else we've got on a flying lap? We've got Reagan. Now Reagan's in the AlphaTauri. Now Reagan is a fast driver. He's proven how fast he was. He came on to us a bit later than last season, but it's fantastic to see. This is Lewis Hamilton, and he's copied the number as well. So we've got Nismo 1:25.8. Craig Savant with a time of 1:25.0. Right, and Bagos for 1:22.6. Fantastic time there, Bagos. Now Bagos is, I believe he is in a racing point. Let's have a look. Reagan with a 1:23.3. Fantastic car to 1:23.7. So these times are getting closer. The two racing points in first and second provisionally. That guy Draper fourth. Craig Savant into the pits. Nismo, don't know if he's going for another fast lap there. Pole time 1:21. I could go with that, but I think low 122. Because when you do time trials, it is a bit different. Like FIFA Beefy out on the Williams, and we got Heffy out in the Mercedes. Let's see how Heffy does. Heffy was 126.3, and I think he invalidated that last lap because it hasn't popped up on the time scales. Right, let's have a look. FIFA Beefy popped in a time of 1:23.4, which is a very competitive time with the slowest car on the field. Now, okay, so people have gone on about the paint job of the Williams, saying it's a very ugly car. But I've heard a little rumour that the inspiration for this simple design came from another car that had to have a simple design due to the fact they did not have time to actually have a proper livery. Now, points to anybody who can work out which car I'm referring to. Let me just say that it is a car you only ever saw one season. Let's throw that out there. I've also got a massive question for people, and no Googling allowed. Right, so with this track, because it's used by so many different races, there's different classes that have been used that uses this track. But who holds the outright record? So which driver through history holds the outright record for a lap around this circuit? FIFA is real fast. Yes, FIFA is fast. He's proven how fast he was last season. He's starting from the back and battling his way to the front. Fantastic. A time there from FIFA Beefy again with 123.0. So he does put himself in the top 4. Not far from Carter in the... And we've got Zion Knight in the Renault with a 122.3. So it's getting lower and lower each time. Let's see who else we've got out. We've got Barcelman. Barcelman in the Renault as well. Let's see where he is. He is coming around turn 10 now. It's fantastic to see that the grid is going to be mixed up this season. So some of these slower drivers may not have may have the car behind them, but they've got to keep the skill there as well to make sure they are staying at the top peak of that. You've got some drivers who are very fast naturally and getting put in a slower car, so they've got to build they've got to make sure their racecraft is spot on as well to battle through some of these faster cars, which means that they've got to focus on their setup and basically defending the heart out when it comes down to a straight. So circuits like Monza may be a trouble, and Barcelman drops in the time of a 122.7, so puts him in third. Let's see who else we've got. We've got Heffy on a fast lap, and we've got Maverick. Oh, someone just dropped in Maverick with 124.7. Heffy coming around. Oh, he's coming into the pits. Okay, that's... let's have a look. He's invalidated that lap. Let's just go and see what's fitted on the tyres. Best and fitted. So they're all going for soft tyres. Obviously, it's Q1. Soft tyres is the best. I can see that the Williams is coming into the pit as well. We've got Thomas who's out on the out lap. Now Thomas was one of our quickest drivers. So I think an on board of him would be fantastic. So here we go. We're going to jump on board, have a view of what he looks like from, well, similar to a driver's view. So, going off into turn 1, which is Jones, around Brabham. So nice line there from Thomas, who touches the curve, uses as much lift as possible, slowly glides himself across the road. When it curves, he's taking his time. Around Sports Centre, up to Helios. So a little bit of a wobble there. But right across, ready for Whitfield. Coming up to what is I call Hunt, around Marina here onto Lauder, hammering down this mini straight here into Clark, now around Fittipaldi, going down Lakeside here, or the Heikkinen straight, and around Waite, and then round what I called Rind, onto the hill straight, and now into Ascari. Ascari taking it nicely, cutting that corner nicely onto the curb, pretty much staying right next to that curb as you go around Stewart. With Stewart, you kind of have to swing back across again for Senna, slowing right down. This is probably the slowest corner of the circuit. And now into Prost. Let's see what time Thomas makes. So 123.9. So Thomas provisional 8th place there. So we do have Rayner and Apex. Apex out on the fast lap now in the AlphaTauri, and Rayner's out on an out lap on the AlphaTauri. We have LH44 Rocker as well. It is Rocker Tony, as I said on the list earlier, and Magnus all on an out lap. Let's have a look at Eric. So, see Carter's on an out lap, and he is just in front of Apex. So I don't think he's that close enough for him to make any difference to the time. But we've just got a new time. LH with a 122.9. A fantastic time for the guy in the Alfa Romeo. So Apex plus a time of 124.1. Now Rayner himself, he is on his out lap, so he's going to take a little bit of time. He's going to warm up. Let's have a look at just Magnus with 122.5 in the Ferrari. Now Magnus has been doing a lot of practice. He's been working on the setup. He's even managed to share that setup with his teammate Ben Cardiff. Now the setup seems to be working well for Magnus. Magnus was 4th in last season last year, if I remember rightly. I'll be honest, I will go back to that in a moment. But it was a fantastic time by Magnus there. And we've got Rayner coming now for his hot lap. Let's have a look at Heffy. Heffy is in the Mercedes, and he does have, and I believe that might be Magnus right behind him. Yeah, Magnus. I don't know if Magnus is on another fast lap, but Magnus looks like he is catching him. And there's a spin out for the AlphaTauri, which was Apex. Now, I'm not too sure what happened to Apex there, but he did spin out at turn 12. So turn 12, which I called Rind. It's kind of ironic, really. Rind also spun out at a corner and crashed. So hopefully that won't affect Apex getting into Q3. Well, I severely think it's unlikely that he will be with him 15th at the moment, and still 3 drivers to put in a lap. Rayner out on a fast lap, as well as Cairo's. Actually, Cairo's in the pit, sorry. Rayner coming around, Ascari onto Stewart. We'll do an outside shot around these corners. Look at that AlphaTauri, absolutely beautiful car. As it goes round Senna, now round Prost. Let's have a look to see where it puts him. And that's in 7th at 122.9. So these times are still very, very close. You have from 1st to 9th, you have 1 second. A little bit more than 1 second, and you're covering 10th as well. Heffy has retired from the session in 15th. I'm not too sure what happens with Heffy, if he spun out. But it looks like it might have been at turn 4, which is Hellas. Alright, let's have a look. Is there any more on a fast lap at the moment? Rocker's coming into the pits. Nisma out on an out lap. Liam on a fast lap in the Red Bull. Now, I'm not too sure how I could describe Liam's driver. Oh, he's off. He is quick. He's a quick driver. It's just that he makes a few mistakes, and that brings him down a pecking order at times. He's had a few connection issues last season, so that also brought him down a little bit. But I'm sure with better connection issues that he has said he's got, that he should be putting in some stellar times with this Red Bull. Where's Nismo sitting? Nismo is just gone through turn 2, so I want to go back to Liam. I can't see who else has got the Rayner. Rayner's probably going into the pits at the moment. I wouldn't. So Liam has invalidated his lap. He must have gone over the line a bit too much, and he will harvest that energy he can and go again. Correct, Savant in the other Red Bull with 125.0 at the moment. He has got to take over a second and a half off to stay in the qualifying. So here we go, round 10. 4 onto turn 5, which is Wakefield, up to turn 6, which is Marina. Sorry, turn 6 is what I called Hunt, and then it's Marina, and then Lauder. So he's coming up now to turn 10. So you can see that he is catching the Haas in front of him. Any more else on fast laps I can see? So we can see out laps for Bagos, LH44, Draper, and Ben. Fast laps for Rayners on another fast lap. He's invalidated his lap. How's Liam doing? Has Liam invalidated his lap this time? No, it doesn't look like he has. As he is coming around 10, up to 10, 11. Goes through, keeps it on the lines this time. Oh, it's still invalidated his lap. Draper. Sorry, that's Cairo. Cairo is coming up to the final corner. Quick Savant has retired with a time of 1:24.19. So just below Apex, and still 7 tenths off the pace for Q2. So let's run through top to bottom, see who's in. So Zion Knight has retired from Q1. With that time, we've got 30 seconds left. So we've got Zion Knight with 1:22.3, Carter 1:22.5, Magnus 1:22.5, Bagos 1:22.6, and he is on that lap, and I don't think he's going to make any improvements on that time, to be fair. Boston 1:22.7, Nismo with 1:22.8, a fantastic time for Nismo. Excuse me. LH44 with a 1:22.9, Rayner with 1:22.9. It's like 200 between LH and Rayner. Absolutely fantastic times from these drivers with the slower cars. FIFA BP 1:23.0, Reagan with 1:23.3, Thomas with 1:23.4, Lago Draper with 1:23.4, Ben with a 1:23.6, Rocker 1:23.6, Heffy with 1:23.4, Cairo 1:23.9. So Heffy on that balance of that with 1:23.4. I think there is a glitch here, because with that time Heffy should actually be in 12th, but there is, if you retire, it tends to mess with your times a little. It can add a little bit of time on, even though it doesn't show up on there. We've got Apex 1:24.1, Maverick 1:24.2, Correct Savant with 1:25.0, and Liam still to put a time in. Invalidated the lap again. He won't be able to finish off a time in this section. So we have Cairo, Apex, the Maverick, Correct Savant, and Liam all dropping out of Q1. So drivers, if you're listening, let us know how you felt about Q1. Who surprised you in those cars? I will be honest, I thought it was quite close between all the drivers. You top 5 within in less than 4 tenths. That is close. Half a second for the top 6, within a second for everybody up to 10th. Absolutely fantastic. You got all your drivers with up to 11th, all within a second, and a little bit more for the extra 2. So up to 13th, really, just within or about the second mark. Absolutely fantastic. Now this is where the strategy comes in. This is where you can see the first eyes of the strategy, where the people are thinking whether they are going to go for the soft tyres or they're going to go for the medium tyres. Well, that's something that we will be considering. Let's have a look. Ben goes faster. Now, whether Ben Cardiff is still trying to get to grips with the car is a question that could be out there. Could that I can get through on mediums? So Magnus already saying he can get through on mediums. That's a bold statement. Let's see how you do. Let's get the lap data up. Let's get the tyres up. Let's see. So Rayner, Nismo, that guy Draper, LH, Ben, Carter and Magnus all put themselves on the mediums. So we've got Nismo, who is our first driver out, but we do have the Haas who's jumped in front. Let's find out who's in that Haas. And it's that guy Draper. So let's have a look. Ben is still the best teammate I could have got. Yeah, I can understand where you're coming from. Ben is a fantastic driver. He did well in F2. He did well in last season of Friday Night Racing. So I can see why you're saying that. So that's a good comment there from you, Magnus. So we do have a lot of drivers who are able to get the best they can of these vehicles. So we do have a majority of drivers on mediums. Now, anybody who knows Australia, it is technically classed as a street circuit because all these roads, apart from one, is open to the public all year round. So you do have civilian motorised vehicles hammering down these roads. Obviously there is some changes, like those corners are a bit more shallowed rather than where the curbs are. 10, 9 and 10. It's been buffered out a bit so you can see where the corner's meant to be. I would like to hear what people have got to say about the cars at the moment, because this is the first time where they are actually properly competing for positions for a points race. Now I've got to throw this out there because I did miss it off at the beginning, but this race is sponsored by Sim Racer Coin, and that guy Draper has just invalidated his lap. Let me drop down to Nismo, who is just behind him, because Nismo is all good. What's that guy Draper? Yep, he has. So we'll stay with Nismo as he continues putting out the first, and he's invalidated that lap. Let's have a look. Who's next? Let's have a look. I'm trying to find who is. I believe it might be Ben Cardiff is our front running guy at the moment. So I was saying, as like the circuit is a street circuit, is being used by the motorised vehicles, so that's the technical part of it. These circuits is designed to be a bit more technical than others. We close off the park for 3 months of the year to do these races, along with other races that come with, like the Carrera Cup, the V8 Supercar, all those kind of things, and promotional events, which is fantastic to see. But the times these gentlemen are getting out of these cars is fantastic. So we are looking at Benjamin Cardiff as he comes round the final corner, and he hammers down the straight, opens up his DRS. Let's see what time he pings out, and he puts a 124.6. That time there is still at the lower bracket. So because we've got Carter straight answers back with a 123.4, but this is medium tyres. Take off 7 temps, and that's what you're looking at. The strategy here for these tyres, with it being a high wearing tyre, with it being more technical, the medium to hard is the strategy forward, with some drivers able to push that tyre even longer to get the medium to soft. It's going to be a tough strategy, but can work. Or if that's not going to work, a medium soft, going for the double pit. Not something you want to do. The less pit stops, the better you are, they say. But if you're putting soft to soft, maybe that's better than putting a set of hards on. Be interesting to see what the lower 10 do. See whether they go for the hard tyre first and finish on the soft, so just finish off strong. But it'll still be quite interesting. So we've got Magnus with 123.2, Carter with 123.4, LH with 123.6 in the Alfa Romeo. Fantastic time there, LH. Now, I know LH wasn't quite happy with the setup as it started, but he's proven he can do it. That guy drove with 124.6. Ben Carter puts a 124.4, answers back, get back fourth. The Ferraris in the top four. Let's see who else we got out. We've got Boston Man who's out. He is coming around the last final two corners. I do believe we've got another guy coming over the finish line, but I think they're in the pits. So Boston Man is the next one to cross that line. Let's see what time he's put. He doesn't use all the track there, which could hamper his time, but he's put a 123.2 provisionally at the top at the moment. That is so close. There is 15 thousandths between him and Magnus. Fantastic time from Barca, man. What he's done there, he's put the Renault on top and he's knocked the Ferrari and Ferrari out the top five. Fantastic. We've got Zion Knight, who is also in the Renault with a 123.5. So the Renaults are battling with the Ferraris. I think that might be a major battle in the races and the season to come. Ferrari with Renault. Last time we've seen that kind of battle was when Alonso took on the mighty Michael Schumacher. So Rayners put in a 123.9, a fantastic time there. Let's see who got. Benjamin Cardiff got a part-time job as a grass cutter. So he is doing a bit of gardening there and cutting the grass there for the Australian government. We've got FIFA Beefy out on an outlap. We've got Reagan in the pit still, Nisbet in the pits, Bagos on an outlap, Thomas in the pit, and Rocker in the outlap. We do have 8 minutes left, so it'd be quite interesting to see how these guys do, because you don't want to do what Liam did and go a bit too late and not hit the points it needs. I can see there's a little bit of a glitch with Rocker at the moment, so we've got to make sure that connection does not sever. Well, Thomas is on the soft tyres and he's coming out on the pit, come out on an outlap. FIFA Beefy out on the soft tyres. So these two gentlemen in the Williams have gone for the soft tyre, knowing fine well that the car is a lot slower than the rest of the pack. It needs a lot more funding to get the car back up to where it should be, or fighting with the front end of the grid. But at these times the car has dropped down. But we'll see how these two drivers do put their car through its paces in the soft tyres, see if they can get a battle in for the top. So we've got FIFA Beefy, Rayner and Bagos all out. I do have Rocker as well. Let's have a look who's next to go across the line. And I do believe it will be FIFA Beefy. Now FIFA Beefy in that car that has got a look of another car's livery from the past, another championship winning car from the past. I'll let you guys guess. Got plenty of time to throw it in at me. And let's see, FIFA Beefy provisional at the front. They were 122.8. 7 tenths off the pace from Q1, but a fantastic time for the Williams. So Bagos is retired. I don't know what happened there, whether I think he might have crashed out. But we'll have a look. We've got Thomas out on the outlap. He is company coming around turn 4. Oh, sorry, 3. Now turn 4. Up into Whitefield, which is turn 5. That pink helmet there just kind of stands out against the white of the Williams. I want to see how it does with the 10, 9, 10 and 11, 12. So slow in and picks his pace as he goes out. Fantastic line. It doesn't use the track as wide as he could have. Sticks in the middle there of the Lakeside as he goes wider at the end. Cuts across. Nicely cut. Using as much track as he can here as he goes round the hill. Up into Scary, then on to Stewart, then Senna. Right, come up to Senna now. And now on to Prost, and let's see what time he brings us. A 1:23.1 seconds, and the standings so far. So we do have some of these drivers here lower down, and we can see that some drivers have opted to go onto the softs to try again. So we've got Ben Carter on the softs here, sitting currently in 10th. We've got Reagan, and Reagan still to put in the time. So Reagan in the AlphaTauri. So who's jumped out there? Was that Magnus? I'll jump on board with him in a moment. So we do have Ben Cardiff out in the softs, Nisma on the mediums, Reagan on an outlap, in the AlphaTauri on the mediums. So different strategies are still there. We've got some people opting for the soft tyres from the start, some people opting for the soft tyres just because they think that the medium tyres might not do it if other people decide to jump on the softs last minute. So it'll be fantastic to see how these drivers do with these days. So I'm having a little look here. I see. I'm actually on board. I've got my handheld device here, and I'm actually looking on board Rayners feed on Facebook. I'm gonna look to see what he's doing. So he's actually watching some of the drivers. He's currently on board with a few of the drivers bouncing around. As I'm personally started watching Reagan still on his outlap. Let's see, because we do have only 2 cars out on circuit at the moment with 3 minutes to go. So you can see that is Rayner about to do a lap on the softs. So Rocker has put a time of 1:24.4. Puts himself in 9th. Oh, I'm sorry, that was earlier. I do apologise. Ben Cardiff out on a fast lap on the soft tyres. So we do have a lot of drivers who jumped across onto the soft tyres. So I can see it on another feed that Ben Cardiff has collided the wall, but he's not out. He's just damaged. Can he get back to pits, and can that time of his 1:24.4 hold him? Because if he crashes out now, he won't be able to compete in Q3, even if he does get 10th. So I was not concentrating. I hit the wall. That's on the back straight. That is Liam's wording for what happened to him. I can see on that lead that is a Dylan Brown is supporting Reagan, supporting his fellow Scot, as he says. That's great to see. Scottish people got to stick together. The English have been taken over too long, even though we actually conquered England. Right, Ben Cardiff coming into the pit after that damage. Let's have a look and see who's out on the fast laps. So Reagan he's out on his lap at the moment. I think he might have invalidated the last lap, so he's got to put in a good lap now. Let's have a look. Got Ben Cardiff coming in. Out laps for Bosman, LH, Rayner, Rocker, Nismo, that guy Draper, all looking to put on the soft tyres. So we'll stay on board with Reagan as he comes around turn 10 around the Hackenen Street. As Sizen did say. Right guys, if you're listening in, please let us know. Please just send up a tag your friends who could be interested in either just spectating or even joining in a future season with us. Get them to say like it, throw all your comments out, let us know what you think. Let's see what Reagan does. Reagan with 123.9 puts himself in 9th. So what he's done is he's knocked Ben Cardiff out of the top 10. So Ben Cardiff will not be going through, but then there's still time for drivers like Rocker, Nismo, that guy Draper to make changes as well. Rayner also in that danger zone. Zion Knight believes he's done enough and has decided to drop out. Carter, Magnus and Bossman all unable to do a pit, But what would happen if we got we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 drivers all get good times. Who would be the ones to be knocked out? Ben Cardiff, Rocker, maybe. Rocker's out though, so he's doing a fast lap himself. So it'll be Ben Cardiff, Regan, and maybe LH. But Rayners come back into the pits. He's decided that he believes he's done enough. Rayner is actually in 10th, but that guy Draper still to do a time. And that guy Draper with a fast time of 122.8 put Rayner out. So we've got Rayner, Regan, Ben Cardiff and Bagos out of Q2. And for some reason we've only got 14 drivers out. But that is a surprise. That has surprised me. That completely took me by surprise, because I thought Rayner was going to put in a fast lap then. Unbelievable. And that is the end of Q2, fellas and ladies. Right, so comments, guys, let us know what you're thinking, what you thought about that qualifying session. Let's have a look. So we've got FIFA Beefy 122.8. That guy Draper 122.8, just 5 hundredths between them. Thomas with 123.1, Nismo with 123.2, Bossman with 123.2, just 4 hundredths behind Nismo. Magnus with 123.2, just 15 thousandths behind Bossman. Bossman and Magnus both on mediums. Carter on a medium, 123.4. Zion Knight also on mediums. So some mixed strategy back there. Let's see how these drivers do when they come up to the race. But we do have Q3 to go through first. So these drivers who are stuck on mediums will be flying out with some softs. So the time is cut down again. There's not a lot of time in Q3 to get the time. We've got less drivers out there. So Bossman, FIFA Beefy, Nismo, that guy Draper, Thomas, LH44, Zion Knight, Carter, Rocker and Magnus all to compete for that pole position. Now the pole position is always the opportune place to go, with second and third kind of level. With second and third, second you are a little bit ahead of third, but third's on the racing line, so it's kind of a balance, whether depends on which race course it is, depends whether it's better to be on the racing line or better to be in front. But I'd like to know what you guys think. Let me know if you think this, if it's better to be in second or in third for this, for the race at Australia. So we do have the 2 Renaults who are out. Leading the way is Barcelona. So this is going to be an interesting. We've got FIFA Beefy out already. Why did I not see FIFA? Oh, because he was a Williams. I didn't see him. He's right at the end. So let's have a look. The view that we gave us was not great. So again, warm-up lap. So Albert Park, Australia, Melbourne, just 3 kilometres from central Melbourne. So it is 3.2 miles long. 16 turns, 10 to the right, 6 to the left. Corners all named after famous racers from F1 and V8. Turn 6 and turn 12. Both of the corners I've not got names, I've named them. Hunt and Rind. I'm just going to just throw the names out there because they are fantastic races of their time. Both of them have won the World Championship, so why not So here we go with FIFA Beefy in the Williams. So around turn 1, kind of swinging back and forth there to get through that corner nicely, using as much track as possible. It comes down to the left hand side of the straight as it goes around turn 3, swings round turn 4. So it's turns 1, 3, 4 and 5. You are swinging back and forth, a lot of G-force, a lot of back and forth. So your body's getting thrown left and right constantly. So a bit tough on the upper body, a bit tough on the main frame. So around turn 8, which is louder, onto Clark, which is turn 9. See, I found turn 9 when I first started trying this course. It was a bit difficult to get to grips with because you have to slow right down. But after a while, you find it's quite nice. These are the ones that you spin out. You will go off the curve too much at turn 12, and you're hitting the wall on the opposite side. Obviously, Magnus being Warbanger, he's passed the plague on to his teammates. So here we go, as the final 2 corners come up for FIFA Beefy. And look, the lap looked fantastic. It looked very quick indeed. We've still got all drivers are out. And a time of 122.6. Up there in the mix. Boston Man coming in right behind. With a 121.9. Oh. And Zion Knight with a 121.9. So I do apologise to my man who put the 121.1 121 time, which is Patrick Sizen. Good call on the 121. I wasn't too sure, but they managed to pull it out. So currently at the moment, provisional 1-2 for Renault. FIFA Beefy in third. That guy Draper in the Haas in fourth with 123.5. We've still got drivers coming across the line. We've got a few drivers who've validated. Let's have a look. Carter 122.5. Another racing point battling up there with the front runners. We've got right. So I can see a few drivers have validated the lap. So Thomas with a 123.4. Fantastic time for the Williams. These times they're not as close as what they were in Q3 and Q1, Q2 and Q3. Sorry, Q1 and Q2, but they will get closer. And validate a lot from Nismo. Nismo will need to harvest that energy. We've got LH. LH looks like he's lost a little bit of pace there because he's not. Wow, that time graphic is not great, I will be honest. Let's have a look and see. LH with a 122.4 there. Yeah, it's 122.4. This is time. I have no idea what happened there. So we've got Nismo. Rocker still need to put a fast time. Magnus invalidated that lap, so he will be harvesting his energy. So let's have a look and see how. So Magnus will need to put another fast lap in here. Sporting a 96. Now, a little fact about Magnus, he is a Liverpool fan, unfortunately. But I would completely and utterly respect the fact why he's put the 96 on that vehicle. So much respect to Magnus for that. Unfortunately, he had to be a Liverpool fan. So we do have all the drivers apart from 2 that are in the pit. I think LH is taking it slow, nice and easy. And I think that it's either glitchy or he has gone really slow. Well, yeah, I think he's just going really slow. So Magnus with a second this fast lap here. Crazy laps. Well, it was crazy laps, Ben. Absolutely outstanding laps from the Renault racers. I think they got their setup down to a T. Barcelona is a quick driver as well, so maybe he's actually worked with Zion now to actually then put in a fast time for him to put in a fast time himself. But we've got Magnus coming on the last few corners now, so teammate is watching. Magnus thought he was safe in Q2. Unfortunately, people put in some fantastic times and that all changed. So Magnus with 122.8. These times are looking a bit more competitive now. So obviously Thomas and that guy Draper, I don't think that we've got the best of them out yet. I think this next lap they do in a few moments time will be their fastest. Nismet and Rocker still need to put in the times. It'd be fantastic if they could get a time, get back in the pits, get some fresh tyres and get back out there to do a second stint, because it is important to get as many fast laps as you can out, especially in Q3 when the battle is tough. Obviously with FIA regulations, you can't fuel up on the pit lane. You actually got to go into the garage, which is why a lot of these drivers, when you pit, you're going into the garage because that's what they're doing, refilling. So we've also seen this mode. He is up at turn 5 now. Goes around turn 5. Nice. It's a beautiful car, looking car, isn't it? The Mercedes, especially in black. When it first revealed that it was going to be black, it was like, oh, that's a nice looking car. Obviously, now that we're used to it, we kind of want to see the silver back. But not this year anyway. 2021, Mercedes has announced that the black livery will stay with the car because that's the car that they're meant to have. Looked like that was nearly wide there. Nismo using as much track as he can. Comes around the last few corners of Scarby and Stewart. Now onto Senna and Prost. The orange helmet of Nismo just stands out a mile away. And let's see what time he gives us. And at the time of 122.6, it puts him in provisionally 6. And Rocker, now our next guy to cross the line for a fast lap. We do have Carter, who's actually out on a fast lap as well. So Carter is actually right behind Rocker. Now all the other drivers there are looking to be getting out of the pit now to start putting the fast laps in, so we can be seeing another busy track. A lot of times going to be changing. Rocker coming around turn 12. See a little bit of a glitch in there, whether that's a connection issue with the camera or whether that it will be an issue with his car itself. Sporting a number 90 goes round, so obviously Rocker 90 is his number. It's probably 30 years old, and he's invalidates that lap. Unfortunately, I'm going to just jump off him and have a look at our next one. I think it's Carter now. 121.971. He is 5 thousandths. Yeah, 5 thousandths in front of the runner of Zionide, who is out on an outlap right now, so he needs to answer back. These times are tumbling. They are coming down very quick. Rocker has retired from the session. I think they just could not get a good time out and has ruined those tyres, so he didn't believe he was going to get a fast lap, but starting 10th is still not bad. So here we go. That guy Draper now having to put a fast lap in now, and we've got less than a minute for guys to cross the line to declare that if they're going to be able to put in a fast lap. So LH, I'm going to ride on board with LH because he is on an outlap now. He's got 30 seconds to get round here, so he might have to put a bit of pace down. He is spotting a 66 on that Alfa Romeo, so which is basically, it's Giovinazzi's number upside down. Stick another 6 on there, might be a bit more relevant for him. But here we go. And it's put one. So he has made it. He has made the time just. So we've got a lot of drivers out there. We've got Zion Knights. Slow down. I think Zion Knights has basically given up on that lap by the looks of it, because he should be a lot further along. Barcelona already down 2 tenths, and he is absolutely flying. Let's see how he handles the last 2 corners. Absolutely flying. I don't think much is going to slow him down unless he goes off. But this will be a commentator's curse if he does, because he's only 25 away, 25 thousandths away. Still anybody playing pole? Let's have a look as he goes down. 121.6. Fantastic time. Zion Knight is time will not be competitive. Let's have a look at LH with an opportunity here to cause an upset, being the only driver who could actually change anything on this grid. So 122.338. Now I believe there's a little missync going on between LH and our speed, because it's showing up there as the best time and not even crossed the line here. But he's put himself in 5th, Magnus in 4th. So Barcelona taking pole, Carter is 2nd, Zion Knight in 3rd, Magnus in 4th, LH in 5th. That's the top 5. Absolutely outstanding qualifying session. FIFA Beefy in 6th, Nismo in 7th, that guy Draper in 8th, Thomas in 9th, and Rocker in 10th. Absolutely outstanding performance. Top 7 drivers, 1 second between them. Now, top 4 drivers, half a second. Now, LH44 put in that absolutely fantastic time. They were talking earlier about the circuit time, and it seemed that LH was feeling that he was off the pace a lot, but just looking at that, it doesn't look like you're that far off, LH. Absolutely fantastic. So here we go, getting ready for the race. So comments, guys, let us hear what you're thinking, what you're feeling, who's going to win. Who do you think is going to get the most overtakes? Driver of the day warning. So let's know what you think the driver of the day would be. So, as we're waiting for everybody to choose the setups, the times they're going to use, any differences that they're going to make, what fuel load out they're going to have. As we've got 15 seconds, well, it's down to 10 seconds now. The bleeps are going to be coming in a moment, and then we'll be starting our race. Still waiting for a few players to be connected. There we go, formation lap as it is. So as you can see, you've got the Renault, racing point, Renault, Ferrari, Alfa Romeo, Williams, got a Mercedes, Haas, another Williams, another Haas, AlphaTauri, Alfa Romeo, another Ferrari, racing point, Mercedes, McLaren, AlphaTauri, McLaren, Red Bull. So the teams that are at the top 10 are going to be the Renaults, the Haas's, and the Williams. So there's a mixed bag of marbles there, guys. Absolutely fantastic differences. So we're going to pop up. Let's have a look at tyres. So let's have a look. We've got Boston, Carter, Iron Knight, Magnus, and LH all opting for the mediums. We've got from the top 10. We've got Rayner, Ben Carter, Cairo, Apex, and Correct Savant also all mediums. Maverick and Liam on the hards, and then soft tyres for FIFA BP, Nismo, that guy Draper, Thomas, Rocker, Reagan, Bagos, Heffy. So I'm just going to drop as you can see the cars here, just beautifully done. Oh, there's a Haas spun out on a formation lap. It's okay, it's on a formation lap. Just get your tyres warmed up before you get onto the grid. But just nicely to see all these cars just filtering through the corners. So we do have LH, who is currently still out there. So he's decided to kind of hop through the disqualification side of things, just get himself disqualified from the formation lap to get himself onto the grid. So here we go. 3, 4, 5 red lights, and away we go. So as you can see, drivers all there come through turn 1. Little bumps still there. Oh, we did have a racing point out of the race by the looks of it. Bear with me one moment. Well, so I think that might have actually just been a glitch. I do apologise. So we've got Zion Knight who's managed to get first, but then I don't think that's quite correct, because I do believe. Here we go, Codemasters, typical moment here where everything goes wrong. Okay, so hopefully this is correct. We've got Barcelona out in front. Absolutely fantastic start from Barcelona. We've got Zion Knight in second, BP in third, Magnus in fourth, that guy Draper in fifth, Reagan in sixth, Bagos in seventh, Rocker in eighth, Caro in ninth, Rayner in 10th, Nismo in 12th, in 11th, sorry, looking for a move on Rayner, but could not make it happen. So like I said before, soft to hards or soft mediums is the two strategies that I did discuss earlier. Let's see how these people on the medium tyres do with this tyre strategy. And Rayner's into the pits. I think he's got some front wing damage. I think Rayner might go onto the hard tyres and get them to make this longest stint he can. So let's have a look. So front wing change, hard tyres. Okay, so Rayner's going to make that. Rayner's going to make that happen. He's So I'm going to jump on board with someone as we go flying through. Let's see, Heffy is. So we've got safety car is out, safety car is out. So I think that's Rocker. Rocker spun out by the looks of it. So he might have spun out by the. It looks like it is around turn 1, turn 2. So unfortunately, Rocker spinning out has caused the safety car to come out. So yeah, as goes, predictive pit stop strategy is out medium to hards, medium soft medium. So there's the other option. So medium hard seems to be the best option. Soft to hards is the second best option, and then medium soft is probably the third. Or soft medium soft, or soft mediums, whichever way you want to do it. But that's the tyre combinations that people will be looking at. So, again, safety car. The only problem with a safety car is that it slows the race down. It means that we've got to endure and 3 laps of slow pace. It kind of works out for some drivers because they can jump in the pit now and get a cheap pit stop. But when cars have already bunched up, it's not gonna help you at all. It's like having a pit. It's like you've got to find out whether, like, if you've got the space, take the piss there and then, bang, get it over and done with. Or get it over and done with, let over the car pass, and then catch up with them all. Fair enough, that is smart. But if you're having to deal with a pit stop, if you having to do a pit stop in the middle of a safety car, then that's where the problems happen, because you are going to tumble all the way down. So we're going to boost ourselves with some energy as we are waiting, but we're going to see some penalties have gone on. Let's have a safety car off track. That was quite amusing. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the penalties. Penalties. 10 seconds and 5 seconds. Okay, that's. I'm going to jump. I'm going to have a little look to see what did Bagos do to really get the penalty. So let's have a look. So we've got Rayners having a collision with Nismo, FIFA collision with Carter. See, this is turn 1 stuff. This is all turn 1. So whether it was I would say probably would have been a racing incident, but track limits a lot. Speed in the pit lane for Regan, and a cut and corner from Bagos. Okay. Just leave the camera to see, you can see the whole glory of the Renault as it warms up its tyres. It just flick through. So it's showing that LH is put LH in first, but I do think that LH is not in first. There we go. So as you can see, a lot of these drivers are now warming up the tyres in anticipation this could be the point. The safety car is in on this lap, so this is where Arsenal will slow down all the cars and start warming up those tyres. Because this is going to be crazy. It's going to be completely different from our usual, well, from last season. Drivers that you normally see at the front are scattered throughout the grid, which is exactly what the league needed. The league needed a little bit of a shake-up. We do have 3-second penalty for Liam. Track limits, probably that will be. So we can see like Draper, Bagos, Rayners, Cardiff, Heffy, Reagan, Maverick have all made stops. Nismo with a 3-second time penalty as the cars are back up in racing speed. FIFA Beefy in third. Magnus in fourth. Obviously the graphics are saying differently, but we know they're not. So I'm going to jump on with LH and find out. LH is quite a bit far back. He's catching up slowly. But still putting leader, so he is 35 seconds behind. Seems the time's increasing. Yellow flag in sector 1. So we're going to jump on board and let's see what happens, because this is colliding with the wall, lost his wheel. That is the AlphaTauri of Reagan. This is 2 DNFs already in the race, and the race is only 5 laps long. Could be a high casualty as drivers are still getting used to these cars. FIFA Beefy is so virtual safety car. So virtual safety car means that the car, there is no safety car actually out, but they are looking to clear up clear up any crashed vehicles. So like, whilst if any viewers are there, just give us a shout out. Let us know who's watching, what you're thinking, who you think will win this. Obviously the graphics are not great because for some reason LH keeps popping up as first when we do know that he's actually picked Joe sent a bit further back. So here we go. Cyanide is looking for that move onto Barca. He's going to have to close it down. FIFA is right behind. Probably just waiting for a mistake. There's a mistake there, so it closes the gap in. And LH DNF'd. Safety car is out. Safety car is out. And it looks like it's going to bring things down. So we've got Nismo's out, LH is out, Magnus with his routine penalty. A lot of drivers jump into the pits. So here we go, back with the safety car again. Alright guys, I know whoever's listening, just let us know what you're thinking, what's happened. LH, let me know what's happened to you in that incident. Car spin out, lock up, just oh, it was understeer, oversteer. Yep, Sizen, so the champ is out. Unfortunately, he is. He's just had. What tends to happen with a lot of drivers is they kind of get into a rut. So they have one penalty and then another one stupid thing. Someone takes the wing off and it brings them down the order, and it just seems one thing after another. And that is what I think might have happened. It's just too many things happen all at one time. It's 7 laps in. We've had 4 cars out. Doing the maths, it means that we might only be left with 6 cars at the end. Actually no, we could actually lose all the cars in the end at this rate. So take it careful out there guys, keep it sensible, keep it safe. We do want to have all 16 of you drivers that are left to finish this race. But I do like to see the fact that Apex is second, Liam is third, Carter and Bagos both in the racing point are sitting fourth and fifth. Rayner is in sixth. If Rayner has put on a set of hard tyres on after having his front wing taken off from turn 1 incident, he could finish on these hard tyres if he conserves the tyres sensibly. And that would have been a hell of a recovery. Ben Cardiff is now in 7th, which is fantastic to see. Oh crap, that's Thomas. Thomas in the Williams. As you can see, there's a lot of drivers here that are quick. We've got Magnus did just pit for a set of hard tyres, so that a lot of these drivers are going to the end. Let's have a look at the tyres that they're on at the moment. So we've got Barcelona, Apex, Carter, Bagos, Heffy, Beefy, Draper and Correct Savant, all on the medium tyres. Soft tyres for Cairo. We've got hard tyres for Rena, Ben Cardiff, Liam. And Liam started on the hards, so Liam will need to pit. The people to pit are Bossman, Apex, Liam, Carter. I think Bagos pitted early, but he may have to pit again on those mediums. Yep. So, in my eyes, in the way that it would, if it was to continue in this formation, it could be Rayner who wins this. It could be Ben Cardiff who's in a podium position at the end of this, because these two drivers have got pitted early for the hards, and if they make them last, they could be back up there. It takes some cunning strategy to flip it, some good pace to challenge it, and it's just got to be complete and utter perfection to make it stick. So Sizen, I know you tuned in here, mate. Who do you think's gonna win? I know there's some drivers at the moment who are on this who actually cannot comment. But if you've got a moment, let us know as we go back racing again, and Bossman is hammering it out. Let's have a look, see where the battles are. Heffy makes a move on Ben Cardiff. Ben Cardiff's not going to give up that easy. He's got the mech of Maverick hounding him from behind. FIFA Beefy, absolutely fantastic racecraft FIFA Beefy has. Zion Knight in 11th, Magnus in 12th, Thomas in 13th, Cairo in 5th or 14th, Draper in 15th, and Correct Savant in 16th. So a lot of these drivers have got the abilities to change the race grid. As it looks like FIFA Beefy has made the move on Maverick. As you can see that Maverick is going to, and Magnus on Zion Knight. And Zion Knight with one of the fastest lap times we've seen is lost a place to Magnus, both on the same hard tyres. And Thomas is looking like he wants to get part of that party. Let's have a look, jump back up to Magnus, because Magnus is looking to make a move on Maverick. So Barcelona with the new fast lap of 1:26.6. Great racecraft time. As all these drivers are having, it's like the DRS train. It's just like car after car after car. They can't make any move. They've got to find somewhere. They've got to find space to open up in front of them, or just find a mistake and take it. As we're looking at Zion Knight making a move, so Zion Knight's actually managed to get back in front of Magnus by the looks of it. Zion Knight looking to overtake. So here we go. Let's have a look. We've got Bagos. Bagos looks like he's making a move on Carter. And I do apologise for the background noise. So then we've got a nice little battle coming up here. We've got, I think Liam's about to see if he can make a move on Apex as well. It looks like Apex is out of reach. And just go looking down. We've got FIFA Beefy looking like he's going to make a move on Ben Cardiff. He is within half a second. Time does fluctuate a little bit, but FIFA Beefy does have the ability to break it a bit later. He has the tyres. Absolutely fantastic. I'm just scanning the time differences to see where the other battles may be, but they're absolutely everywhere. It looks like Zion Knight is looking for a move onto the Maverick. Absolutely fantastic. They're battling down Lakeside Drive as they come up into turn 10. Sweeping through turn 11. Absolutely, I love this view. This is absolutely outstanding view. Absolutely beautiful. Looking for the late launch, but Magnus is right behind them. Absolutely fantastic. These three cars are going to be battling all the way. Magnus looking for that opportune moment, that mistake to make a difference. Late braking from Magnus gets him closer, but it does open up a back up again. So this is where the DRS will come in, and there we have it, the DRS train. No one can really overtake each other, but Zion Knight is looking for it. I'm just going to jump up to Carter because Carter looks like tags Liam. Makes a mistake. Liam a little bit off the pace compared to Carter. Carter pushing that racing point, or the pink Mercedes as people have called it. And we can see that Thomas is up in 11th. So Magnus has dropped down to 13th. Dakrai Draper in 12th. And Thomas has got through to 11th. Maverick. Ben Cardiff has made it past the Maverick. Oh no, sorry. Ben Cardiff and FIFA BP. So Ben Cardiff is still looking at FIFA BP. FIFA BP managed to get past Ben Cardiff by the looks of it. FIFA BP onto, now pushing onto heavy. Bagos is retired from the session. Bagos in 7th. Rayners severe collision with Bagos. Wow. So Rayner. The virtual safety car is out as a new front wing for Rayner. Rayner opting for the soft tyres. Saves his penalty. There we go, let's go back to the top. DRS has been enabled, so we've got Barsaman, followed by Liam, then Carter, and FIFA Beefy, Ben Carter, Maverick, Thomas, Dakar Draper, Magnus, Correct Savant, Zion Knight, Apex, Heffy, Caro, Rayner. All these drivers, it's completely muddled up, it's up and down. Rayner, who had the tyre strategy there, now has to switch to soft tyres. I'm not too sure whether they can make the 17 laps that they're looking for. But we can see that the soft tyre might be the way forward. So we're looking for the next battle. It just seems like there is quite a few cars that are starting to have a little bit of spaces, but Maverick looks like he's fallen behind from Ben Carter, so Ben Carter is actually catching up with FIFA Beefy. And we're looking into Magnus onto that guy Draper. Let's have a... So Magnus goes a little bit wide in that corner, but he's looking to get past that guy Draper. Let's see how he does coming up to this corner before we go back into the over top shot view. You can see that those drivers just in front. That guy Draper in and out of connection. That could be an issue if that continues. Magnus had to back off there just in case he collided. If we are looking the off-board shoot. So Magnus not giving up, but just being a bit more cautious around that guy Draper with his connection issue. As we're looking in, we've got Thomas who's actually looking to pass Maverick. Thomas with the better tyre strength for the hard tyres. So we've got Maverick is off as Carter has pitted. So we're looking at Barcelona at first, who's got an outstanding lead at the moment. He might need that lead if he needs to change over to soft tyres later on. Liam in second with a nice and healthy lead in front of FIFA BV, who is looking like he is taking little bits of time off it, but is it consistent enough for him to actually make a move within the time limit? But he may need to pit again, but he has got better tyres than the two in front, who are both haven't pitted yet. Ben Carter with the hard tyres at 12 laps. He has got the opportunity to make the last, and I've just seen that fastest lap was Rayners with 124.8, an outstanding. That is 2 seconds faster than the last fastest lap. Absolutely fantastic time there, Rayners. So here we go, Ben Cardiff in fourth, a healthy lead in front of Maverick, just holding off Thomas, who again himself is holding off that guy Draper, and Magnus is out. The wall banger has hit the wall. It's the same wall that Ben Cardiff hit during qualifying, and we've got a third safety car, and Craig Savant is out at the same place. Both drivers are out at the same place, so we're looking at another safety car. This might be the best opportunity for Barcelona to pit. Liam could hold on a little bit longer, hope for another safety car. I can't believe we've lost 7 drivers right now. 7 drivers, and a lot of drivers we're high up drivers, and we've got a speeding fine for Heffy in the pit lane. So we've got a lot of drivers jumped in. Ben Carter, Thomas, Rayners and Kyra all jumped into the pits. I don't blame them. It's exactly what you should be doing. Rayners gone onto the mediums. These guys on the mediums know they can make it. They've watched Barcelona push 15 laps out of theirs. This is the perfect tyre to go on at this moment. Liam could have jumped in and got himself a set of mediums and finished the race that way on the one stop. Barcelona still needing to pit. He's looking to push it for the softs along with Liam. FIFA Beefy is sitting in with 9 lap old mediums. Could have easily switched onto another set of mediums, but has decided to stay out. He has got time, he can jump in, and he will only jump a few spaces. But Barcelona jumped in. Barcelona jumping in. What's the tyre strategy he's choosing? What tyre is going on? It's soft tyres. I'm not too sure. I think he's going to push these soft tyres. They've got to get 15 laps out of these. Or 14, sorry. We've got FIFA Beefy. Liam's gone into the pit. Liam has chosen a set of mediums. The perfect tyre to go on to. That guy Draper is in. What's he going to pick? I know he is he going to pick a fresh set of mediums? Because they will go to the end. So we've got FIFA Beefy, who's on 10 lap old medium tyres. Barsaman on fresh soft tyres. Will get the leap on FIFA Beefy. Liam on fresh mediums. Sitting behind Zion, who's actually currently in third. Carter with fairly fresh hard tyres. That guy Drape on fresh mediums. Maverick on fresh mediums. Benji Carter on fairly fresh mediums. So pretty much fresh tyres for a lot of our drivers. So now it's the one to watch. I would say would be Barsaman. Barsaman on the soft tyres. Can he make it last the laps that needed? It's coming up to that moment where we can start figuring out whether that safety car is going to go in or not. So we're going to jump on FIFA BB, who currently holds first. So it looks like we're going for another lap on the safety car. So that there was a show and a half for our drivers. Drivers have crashed out at the moment. Magnus, Correct Savant, Bagos, LH44, Nismo, Regan and Rocker. Now, it's surprising with some of these drivers. LH44, Regan, Rocker, Magnus are quick drivers. I'm still unsure why Magnus is in the Ferrari. He is a fantastic fast driver. He could have been down more like into the McLarens maybe. But here we go. This could potentially be the last lap of the safety car. With 13 drivers left, are there going to be any more safety cars? I hope not, because it really does slow down the race. It really does ruin it. Oh, Magnus, don't bother me. I'm sorry, Magnus, but you did crash into the wall. I'm sorry, but you are a great driver. You should be you should have been able to do that quite well. Unfortunately, I don't know what's happened. Let us know. Just tell us what happened. I've seen it happen at turn 12. It looked like you went wide on the curb, spun the car and hit the wall. That's what it looked like to me. But let us know, let the viewers know. I don't even care. Just let us know what happens. That's all we care about really. Is all we want to know is about what your view is. Just lost traction. So it would have been the corner. It's quite easy. It's a lot of people. Correct Savant done it right after Magnus. We had Ben Cardiff doing it in qualifying. A lot of drivers did do it and managed to keep the car alive just. But it's an easy corner to lose it on. Still P14 on the standings. yes you are, but you won't be there for long. Next week you should be up in the top 4 with the pace that you're carrying in that Ferrari. You'll fly up that standings, no problem. We do have a lot of drivers, a lot of competitive drivers in a lot of different cars, so it'll be quite interesting to see how this pans out throughout the whole season. So safety car is in this lap, so that'll be fantastic to see the cars back up to race pace. Yes, unfortunately we've lost 7 drivers, but that's something that we can't dwell on too much, but we will have to be fair to, because these drivers will be sitting there in the mix of things. A lot of these drivers that are out on the circuit now will be battling these drivers that have lost a wheel, just lost traction. So here we go, as Beefy, who's managed to battle his way back through in that Williams, slows down the pack as Barsaman, who has been leading the majority of this race since the second with those soft tyres. Right, Magnus, while you're here, who do you think's going to win? Do you think Barsaman's tyres are going to last? And your podium 3, who they're going to be? Let us know, because I know you are quite social when it comes up to the standings. Sizen, same for you. Top 3. Do you think Barsaman's going to have traction? And there we go, Barsaman and FIFA Beefy battling wheel to wheel at turn 3, turn 4. It looks like Barsaman will have it, but FIFA Beefy does. There's a 3-second penalty for Herford for multiple warnings, but the battle between FIFA Beefy and Bossman is still live. FIFA Beefy managed to hold them off, but the Bossman with the softer tyres will be hounding him. Carry with 3-second penalties for multiple warnings. The battle is hot between these two drivers. I don't want to skip to anybody else because this is where Bossman puts the move in. Does he make it stick? Goes around 10, 11, 10, 12. Oh, that's a beautiful view, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. Here we go. Uphill up to Ascari. Around into Stewart. And there's the left-hander of Senna into the right-hander of Prost. So there we go, first lap, and Barcelona has already got a second over FIFA Beefy, which means FIFA Beefy cannot use DRS when DRS is back on again to get in front. A lot more penalties are being applied to some of the drivers. So we've got Carter in third, Jack Guy Draper in fourth, Maverick right behind him in fifth, Thomas not too far behind him in sixth. We've got Ben Cardiff in seventh, Apex in eighth, Rayner in ninth. Fantastic. Rayner's made 2 recovery drives, and I can see him doing a lot more again. Cairo in 10th, Heffy in 11th. We've got Liam in 12th. Liam at one point was sitting pretty in third, has dropped down. And Zion Knight in the pits again for a front wing damage. Unfortunately, Zion Knight was actually up battling with Barcelona for the majority of the race. Let's have a look. No, Liam. Oh, a bit of a madness. I've got a lot of respect for Liam. They have raced quite a bit. They are quite good friends, and it's good to see that fellow drivers from different teams are supporting each other. So here we go. I'm looking for the battle. So the battle's going to be in the midfield right now. So Apex is looking to make a move on Ben Cardiff. Now, there is the DRS train, so DRS is not going to help anybody once it's started because they're all going to get it. But Apex is not going to give up, really, and you know it's not going to happen for Apex. But Rayner, with the softer tyres, is looking like he's in the better position to make the move. As we can see that he is so close, he is sucking the back end of Apex as he makes the move. Does he make the move into the Ferrari? No, he doesn't, but he tucks him right behind. But the move, it carries on with the motion. Can he do a late braking move? He does. He looks for it, but decides to back off. Fantastic, smart driving by Rayners on the inside for turn 4. Fantastic move, very daring. As it goes into turn 5, top shot. This is absolutely stunning. You can see exactly where the lines are with them. Round the corner, Rayner looking to make a massive difference on these soft tyres. With 9 laps to go, everything can change, and Cairo has dropped it. He's dropped the ball. This is a similar corner to Reagan, I believe. I might be wrong, I might be Rocker, but somebody crashed out in this corner before. Zion Knight. So we're looking at, and that guy Draper. That guy Draper does the same thing as what some of the other drivers done, and the front wing of that guy Draper is slowing down all the way down to hill. Absolutely shocking. There's 2 drivers out in 1 lap. Absolutely unbelievable how much that changed. So we are down to 11 drivers. 1 more out, and everybody gets points at the end. So where's the next battle? The next battle will be Apex. But as you can see, Apex is now got past Ben Cardiff. Ben Cardiff unable to defend against Apex. Rayner has took off a whole second, catching up to Thomas, but he is on the soft tyres. Thomas catching up with Maverick. So that Maverick will hold off Thomas, which will open the door for Rayner. So that will be a 3-way battle for 4th. FIFA Beefy on 15 laps looks like he could stop to struggle with us. Zion Knight with a 123.6 there for Zion Knight for the fastest lap at the moment. And it's absolutely amazing when we have a look. Let's see, Rayners managed to really wind in. Brought Thomas right in, and oh no! Rayners spun out, he's managed to save it. So that's straight into the pits for Rayner to repair that wing. Absolutely unbelievable. He was so close to getting past Thomas, but just loses the back end. A lot of drivers were having traction control problems, but a fresh set of tough tyres. These tyres will last. But can Rayner sort that out and make it count? He is sitting in 10th. He will get points if he finishes the race. But the question is, can he make the difference? Now we've got Liam, who is closing in on Ben Cardiff. Now these two drivers are quite level. They're on similar level cars, similar level abilities. So it'll be quite interesting to see what happens. Now Liam failed to make to put a lap in Q1. So he will be driver of the day just by the fact that he's got from 20th up to 8th if it finishes right now. Let's have a look at any more battles. We've got Carter, Ben Cardiff. Ben Cardiff loses it exactly where he lost it in qualifying. We've had so many drivers lose it on this corner. It's absolutely unbelievable. We're down to 10 drivers. 10 drivers at the end of this. So we've got yellow flag in sector 3. So we haven't got another safety car, which is good for the race. So Ben, let us know, was it 10-12 that you lost this, similar to qualifying? And we've got Carter, who is within attacker distance from FIFA Beefy, who is on tyres are just about to die. Those hard tyres are going to survive quite easily by the looks of it. And Barcelona has managed to have these soft tyres last him the good distance, but he's made the difference up to make sure he's got cover if he needs it. So we have Barcelona in first, FIFA Beefy in second, Carter in third, Maverick in fourth, Thomas in fifth, Apex in sixth, Elima in seventh, Heffy in eighth. We've got Rayner in ninth and closing in that gap to Heffy large chunks of time at a time. And Zion Knight is not too far behind. So we are going to look for the battle. So Carter has managed to get past FIFA Beefy, but the battle is still going on. FIFA Beefy won't stop there. He will keep going. He will keep battling. Barcelona has got 10 seconds over the other drivers. So it looks like he will nurse those tyres all the way to the end. So it looks like FIFA Beefy might be losing the grip there with the medium tyres now 18 laps old. He is losing time because Maverick is closing in. Now these McLarens actually both McLarens started outside the top 10, and we've managed to get one of them in top 10 with the other one crashing out, unfortunately. So let's have a look at the next battle. Thomas closing in on Maverick. So all the drivers have got about a second between them, with Thomas being the closest with just 0.9 of a second. It looks like that Thomas might actually make a move on Maverick. And Maverick is actually closing in on FIFA Beefy. FIFA Beefy with those tyres that are twice as old as Maverick and Thomas. It'd be a good scoring round for the Williams anyway, with both drivers being in the top 5. But which positions will they be in? Absolutely outstanding performance by them. And we've got Zion Knight is out. So we're down to 9 drivers. Zion Knight is out. I've only just seen it then. I do apologise that I missed that. Oh my goodness, it's not through contact. I would not say none of it was through contact. I would say it was more down to traction, losing, slipping it out. Yeah, Ben Cardiff, same place, yep. It's a lot of people have lost it at that point. It's so easy, you go wide at turn 12, you cut that curb and the back wheel goes, you can't do nothing about it. You're going so fast. But I've got to tell myself, I was quite sure that it was that guy Draper. When he crashed out there, his wing was down, all the way down to a scarry corner. Here we go, this top view of Thomas closing in on the McLaren is absolutely beautiful. McLaren between two Williams. It's a nice spectacle, isn't it? It's absolutely beautiful too. Oh, there's a lock up from Maverick, which opens the door for Thomas. Thomas on the outside. Absolutely fantastic pass by Thomas. Thomas now sitting behind FIFA Beefy. And we've got Apex who's coming in. Oh, Maverick is going to still close in that gap. He's going to still battle in. But Apex looks like he's going to be joining the mix. With having his slightly fresher tyres. He is in the 1 second. This could be a great and intense final few laps. We've got 3 laps to go. We've got Rayners who's managed to get past Heavy. And also Liam's just gone in the pits and Rayners is not far behind at all. He's just cutting down that time. We have 3 laps to go and Rayners is putting in like 2 seconds a lap over most of the other drivers. FIFA Beefy has let Thomas go past, but I think they're still kind of battling really. I think they with Maverick and Apex battling right behind them. This is a fantastic ending to a very eventful race. More so down to the amount of crashes we've had and people spinning out and crashing and losing wings. But as in a wheel-to-wheel battle, they haven't let us down. You can see that Liam, with the both on soft tyres, has managed to hold off that 7-second gap. But if we look at penalties, Rayners could still do it. Rayners just needs 1.4 seconds off his time to then take that 7th place away from Liam. But we're looking at Apex now. Apex on Maverick. Absolutely fantastic battle here. Oh my god, this is so beautiful. It's what you like to see. This is exactly what Rayners wanted. Rayners wanted to see this battle. These people, these drivers from different ends of the driver ability scale and different ends of the car scale battling together to show us this kind of spectacle. Absolutely fantastic. FIFA BV has dropped a 2nd gap from Thomas, Maverick and Apex right behind them. I am going to stay on focus on Maverick being the middle guy because this battle is going to happen all the way to the end and I don't want to let it go. Rayners has dropped time away from Liam. Liam with the fresh tyres has managed to open up more of a gap. And Maverick trying to find that gap around FIFA Beefy. Apex is there in the mix, trying to see or wait for the mistake to happen. Exactly what Thomas did. But FIFA Beefy has been outstanding for defending, but can he defend against the ERS? He can't. There was nothing there he could do. Not a lot. Not a lot he could do about defending that kind of attack. And it looks like Apex is going to be doing something similar soon. Apex looking to get past the Williams. And it is the final lap, so Liam is got to just hold on. Rayners just needs to still knock off a bit, just over a second to have Liam on penalties because Liam picked up another 3-second penalty. But Maverick has opened the gap up on FIFA Beefy with Apex still hounding him. And I will be joining Boston Man in a moment. because Barcelona looks like he's about to cross. Let's jump onto Barcelona. Barcelona round Senna. Now round Prost. As he hammers across. And here we are. That's Barcelona first. Every single player apart from Barcelona got a penalty, I believe. Carter in second. With Thomas. In third, Maverick in fourth, Apex in fifth, sixth for FIFA BF, Liam comes across in seventh, Rayners round the last bend. Over an eighth, and we've got a ride on with Heffy all the way to the end. Now that is an event that was absolutely outstanding. So that was Albert Park for you. Albert Park being quite technical, quite developing as it looks. Technically a street circuit with it being being open to the public 9 months of the year. And it's over. That's the end of Albert Park. Now, looking at the streams and looking at the feeds on there, we can see a lot of drivers struggled. Maverick being the driver of the day. To be honest, it could have been anybody. Absolutely anybody who finished that race could have got driver of the day. Maverick made, Rayner made absolutely fantastic recoveries. Liam starting 20th, managed to battle his way to third, lost a bit and he settled behind Rayner in 8th. No, sorry, in front of Rayner in 7th, sorry, I apologise. But that's an outstanding race. Let's have a look at the results as they stand at the end. So we have Barcelona started in first, finished in first. Carter in second. We started in second, finished second. Thomas up in ninth. Maverick up from 18th. Fair enough. Can't deny that. That's a fantastic. Apex with another great driver as well. FIFA BF started in 6th, finished in 6th. Done so well, just could not defend at the final moments. Liam was starting 20th up into 7th, a fantastic drive. Rayner and the AlphaTauri started in 11th up to 8th, that's a good drive from himself. Barcelona just had to control the race from start to finish. Heffy started 15th, finished 9th, good result for him. So unfortunately we got the loss, Zionite, Ben Cardiff, that guy Draper, Cairo, Magnus, Correct Savant, Bagos, LH44, Nismo, Reagan, Rocker. Okay, so that's the end of our race. I will say our race was sponsored by SimRacer Coin, which is a cryptocurrency look to reward winners of esports with currency to purchase sim racing equipment. Now that was Rayners Racing League Friday night race, season 3 race, round 1 in Melbourne, Australia. Please join us again next week when we go to Bahrain, and you could be seeing the regular commentator take over, Kirano. All the best for me. I've been Ferret, and we'll see you soon. We do have races on Sunday, which is F2. We got Monday night rookie, and we also got a new F2 Wednesday night half grid race, which is actually quite interesting. It's very well done and it's fantastically competitive. So I bid you all good night and thank you very much for joining us.